Hello all. You might be wondering, hold on, this isn't gameplay, what the hell is this kid on? They came here from Minecraft playing, this is bullshit. Okay, hold on. I can explain. I thought I might switch it up a bit whilst collecting some more ideas for content. I got a little bored. And take a page from Marley's book. Today we are rating every hostile mob based on annoyance, damage, drops, coolness, and rarity. And maybe a few personal biases. To preface, I'll be rating them alphabetically and rating them out of 10. Also, I am only doing mobs from Minecraft Java the base game, not Minecraft Dungeons or Legends, even though I love Minecraft Dungeons. I'll save that for another day. So, onwards, here we go. The big number 1. Starting off strong with a baby zombie. Oh boy. Baby zombies are notorious for being hella annoying and fast as fuck. I have found from my experience that they are a pain to evade and they do pretty well as much damage as a regular zombie, being 3 hearts. They are a real pain in the ass to kill. They don't even drop anything cool, like honestly, 0 to 1 rotten flesh for all that? Stupid. I suppose it can be kinda cool to find one if you get past the clenched anus first reaction from seeing their tiny legs hustling towards you, considering their spawn rate is only 0.25% or 1 in 400. From all this, I would say the baby zombie gets itself a rating of 3.8 out of 10. Number 2. The Blaze. This guy you will only find in a very special place in the Nether Fortress, which only has a generation rate of 40%, Java Edition, and considering all the effort it takes to find those in the spawner which resides within, these guys are quite tricky to come across. Once you do, however, they attack by hitting and doing 2 hearts of damage, and if the player is at a distance, it sends fireballs that set the player on fire. They also fly, which makes them a bit of a pain to kill, with swords at least. But you can use snowballs, which do 3 hearts to a blaze. A blaze drops something called a blaze rod, which is crucial to getting to the end, because it is used to make blaze powder and then eyes of ender. Also brewing stands, but that's irrelevant. Personally, I don't think there's anything remarkable about its design, but the spawn rate of blazes is dictated by many factors, like how many other blazes there are around it, the light level, etc. I think due to its importance to the game, the blaze has got itself a solid 6 out of 10. Number 3. Cave Spider. Cave spiders are also kind of rare to come across because they are found underground in spawners or at mine shafts. However, when you do come across them, they are quite a pain in the arse when they hit you. You get the poison effect initially doing 2 hearts and then taking 1.5 hearts every 10 seconds. Quite annoying if you are already scared crapless in a mine shaft like I tend to find myself. Cave spiders drop 0 to 2 string or 0 to 1 spider eyes. So, kinda useless. Although the spawners can be good for making XP farms. The design of the cave spider is pretty much just like spider light, so not all that cool. Just the spider. The spawn rate of a cave spider is also dependent on its surroundings, and they only spawn in mine shafts which have a spawn rate of 0.4% or 1 in 250 chunks. They are decently rare. Overall, I'd grant the cave spider a 4.2 out of 10. Sorta neutral. Number 4. Alright, from that you could probably predict my rating. Creepers.
Creeper. Oh man.
I think we have all come to know creepers one way or another, aka these little guys who started as coding errors while trying to make the Morbelev mob the pig cause more chaos than I care to describe. They are very annoying due to the fact that they're all pretty much trained explosive ninjas. The damage they do range from a few hearts if you're far enough away to instant death. All they drop is gunpowder, which to be fair is a useful material. Design-wise, I've never really been a huge fan of creepers, but the face is a classic. Creepers spawn at a minimum light level 7, which means if you have a space slightly to that, guess what? Number 5. The most recent zombie variant, the Drowned. Drowns aren't actually that annoying since they reside underwater, and unless it's nighttime they can't get on land, and they can't spawn on land. And they're pretty slow and don't attack unless you enter the water. The trident ones are a whole other situation though. Drowns do 3 hearts just like zombies do, unless they spawn holding a trident. Tridents do 9 melee damage, range does 8. Drowns drops are actually quite useful, as they can drop 0 to 2 rotten flesh, gold ingots, fishing rods, tridents, and nautilus shells. Drowns are actually kind of cool to me. They remind me of pirates with the addition of shipwrecks, so that, I think, in itself adds a few brownie points. The spawn rate of drowns in water is quite high, as you can always kind of hear them near the water gurgling away. I think I would rate these guys a 6.1 out of 10 for usefulness. Number 6. Elder Guardians. Oh boy. Easily the most threatening boss of all, am I right? See him flopping away, it strikes fear like no other. Elder Guardians aren't common at all, but in my book they are awarded negative points for the mining fatigue. It's annoying. Elder Guardians' lasers do 8 damage, which is kinda hefty, and their spikes do 2. Their drops, get this, a fish, just mean shards, or a wet sponge, or nothing at all. Wow, big money there. As far as I like to clown on everything, this particular mob tickles my fancy just perfectly. It's so dumb. Gets no points for coolness. It's deadass just a big fish that drops sponges. Sometimes. They can be found in ocean monuments, which have a generation rate of maximum 512 by 512 blocks. You can find 3 every monument, so they are rare, but not that rare. They get a 4 out of 10 because I like to make fun of them. Number 7, the Ender Dragon. For a long time, beating the Ender Dragon was a pretty good flex, but since Minecraft has grown and evolved, it's still a pretty sick achievement, but not as cool as others. It's also the only dragon in the game. I would not describe this mob as annoying because you only encounter it once unless you respawn it. Fighting can be a hefty challenge, since this guy phases through blocks like butter, but not that annoying, just challenging. Melee damage is 10 hearts, wings do 5, breath does 3, and fireball does 6. There we go. The Ender Dragon doesn't actually drop anything besides XP, but it's still kinda cool to kill it. The Ender Dragon is quite rare because there can only be 1 at a time, and it takes a lot to slay him. So I would say on that account, the dragon gets an 8 out of 10. Number 8, Endermite. These things just remind me of purple silverfish. At least silverfish can be used for mines since the new update. Like, what are these dudes good for? They do 2 whole hearts, and they drop nothing but XP, and they wriggle like bugs. They have a 15% chance of spawning if an Enderman teleports, and a 5% chance when the player uses an Ender Pearl. What are they good for? Great question. Almost nothing. 2.5 out of 10 because they can be used as bait in Enderman farms. Number 9, Evoker. Evokers low-key piss me off sometimes in Minecraft Dungeons. Like, why do you have to send all these weird alligator things to bite my ass? Like, stop. The Evoker alligator thingamabobs do 6 damage, which is 6 too much. Although annoying, they are well worth the fight since they drop totems of undying, which are especially useful in hardcore. They kind of look like wizards, and I like their design. Somehow they just give boss babe vibes. Evokers can only be found in woodland mansions and raids. Up to 5 can be found in a raid, and you can find several in woodland mansions, so they are decently rare. Due to their drops and whatnot, I'd rate Evokers like a 6.9 out of 10. Ghasts, number 10. Ghasts are pretty scary, although they could just be me, because I'm scared of everything. They can be a real pain in the nether since they shoot fireballs which can blow up structures, and since the floor of the nether is made largely of lava, it's not very helpful. Gas fireballs do 6 damage to players and surrounding blocks, which makes them incredibly destructive. They're quite vulnerable to arrow shots though, and you can always shoot the ball right back at the gas, so they aren't too difficult to kill. Gas can drop 0 to 1 gas tier or gunpowder. Ghasts really aren't that remarkable. They kind of look like ghosts, but that's about it. They've got creepy tentacles too. 3.7 out of 10. Numero 11. Giants. For some strange reason I decided giants get to be ranked 2, even though they technically aren't in the game. Whatever. I've never actually encountered a giant since, they don't spawn naturally, so I have no opinions on their annoyance. They do 50 hearts. They drop nothing except XP. They're kind of cool though. Very tall. They're infinitely rare since they do not spawn in the base game. I've given giants like an 8.5 out of 10 since they're kind of cool. Number 12, Guardian. Aha, we've landed on the regular Guardians. These fellas drive me nuts with their lasers. I hate them, but I suppose that's kind of unfair. Every time I've encountered them, I've been trespassing. These guys do 6 damage with their lasers and 2 with their spikes, which is kind of a lot. They can drop 0 to 2 prismarine shards or prismarine crystals or fish. I wouldn't say their design is particularly cool in any way, but I suppose they're interesting to look at with their Cyclops eye and tail. These dudes are less rare than the Elder Guardians, but they're also only found at ocean monuments. I'd give them like an 3.8 out of 10 because they don't even drop sponges. Useless things. Number 13, Hoglins. Now these things are kind of annoying. Out of nowhere, they will up and ram you, no warning. Goats at least have the decency to do it when you aren't paying attention and don't hunt you down like a weird deformed dog. Whatever. These dudes do 2 to 8 damage and they drop, pork chops. 2 to 4 pork chops and 0 to 1 leather. These guys just look like hogs. I do like their design though. They spawn in warp forests and sometimes bastions, so they're not really rare at all. I would give them like a 5.1 out of 10 because their attack is annoying but kind of cool. Number 14, Husk. The second zombie variant to be released to Minecraft, besides Giant. Husks aren't really all that annoying. They only spawn in desert biomes, so you don't come across them all that often. Same as a zombie and a drone. They do 3 damage by smacking. Husks drop 0 to 2 rotten flesh, an iron ingot, a carrot, or a potato. I like husks. I think their design is quite cool, and I think it's especially cool that there are so many interesting variants of zombies in the game. An interesting thing about them that differs them from drowns and zombies is they do not burn in daylight, which could contribute to annoyance. Husks are only found in deserts, and deserts are pretty rare biomes, so they are decently uncommon. I would rate husks like a 7 out of 10. Number 15, Magma Cube. I do not like Magma Cubes. They are like a less cute version of slimes, and I swear to God they have beef with me because they keep hunting me down every time I go to the Nether. Not cool, guys. These big old fellows do about 6 damage, aka way too freaking much. The medium guys do 4, the little guys do 3, somehow. They drop 0-1 magma creams, which is a strange name for something out of the Nether. They need a 3x3x3 space to appear and harass me, and the best biome is basalt deltas as well as piglin bastions and nether fortresses. Because I hate them and they hate me, they get a 2.3 out of 10. Number 16, Phantoms. These guys are notorious for being annoying. I don't know, man. You guys voted for them. I sure as hell didn't. Although you don't encounter them too often, with them only spawning when you haven't threat 3 consecutive nights. LOL, me. When they do spawn, they swoop down from the sky and smack you, dealing 2 damage. When killed, they drop 0-1 Phantom Membrane, which can be used to brew potions of slow falling and repair elytras. Design-wise, Phantoms are kinda cool looking, even though they look like turtles. Although most players hate them, they aren't that awful compared to other options. Yeah, they are, but they aren't that bad. 6 out of 10. Number 17, Pillagers. Pillagers are funny looking, but they keep freaking spawning around my base and they annoy the crap out of me. For some reason, they can track you down particularly anywhere in the world and have aimbot. Whatever. They do 3 to 4 damage with a crossbow, which isn't really that bad considering what other Illagers do. They sometimes drop crossbows, which is why I have about 1 million of them, and ominous banners. I think they have wonderful noses, but besides that, they're just kinda silly goofy. Pillager patrollers will spawn in light level 11 or less, and if the world is over 100 minutes old. I rate them a 4.5 out of 10, on account of them driving me crazy. Number 18, Piglins. Piglins are kinda neutral to me, so long as you sport gold. They don't really bother you at all, and you can even trade with them. Not too bad a deal. When you don't wear gold, they deal 3 to 4 damage with arrows and 8 with a sword, so pretty hefty there too. Better remember your gold. They have a chance to drop what they hold, being a crossbow or sword, and when traded with, they can drop enchanted books with soul speed, iron boots with soul speed, splash potion of fire resistance, potion of fire resistance, water bottles, iron nuggets, 2 to 4 ender pearls, string, nether quartz, soul sand, obsidian, crying obsidian, fire, leather, nether bricks, arrows, gravel, blackstone. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I miss the old pigman design, but oh well, these guys are kinda cool too. They aren't really rare, being found almost everywhere throughout the nether. I'd give them like a 7, because sometimes they're useful. Number 19, Piglin Brutes. Now these fellas are far less fun to deal with. They are only found in Piglin Bastions, but holy hell do they hit hard. You do not want to pick fights with them. They are found with axes, and per hit they do 13 damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Wow. Oh my lord. They drop nothing but XP. They have an 8.5 chance of dropping the axe. I actually really like the design of Piglin Brutes. I think they look really cool. Although overpowered, I'd rate this guy like an 8 out of 10. Anyway, that's the end of part 1. I understand that was, in fact, not all hostile mobs. Thank you very, very much to all of my sources for being so wonderful and helpful. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.